NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Well, that's just how you envision it when you walk to the first tee. High and deep, right in the middle of the fairway. Good way to start. Second shot, good look at the green.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That is a beauty, a real beauty. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Frank, that is nothing more than a punch to the gut.
Oh, it's cruel, Rich. Good putt and deserves so much more. Another shot added, though.
I mean, takes the wind right out of your sails. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Back to the second hole here at Bay Hill. Frank, long par 3.
And that green slopes so much from right to left, so you can actually use the contours of the green here.
Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
That birdie gets the player to red figures, 1 under for the tournament. Now to the par 4 third, picturesque and difficult hole, Frank.
It might be picturesque, but it's certainly not for the faint of heart. This is going to take your best swing.
Water all down the left side. Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. And the second shot from 110 yards. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. Back-to-back birdies. We'll see.
Just a fraction too aggressive. Remember, line and speed go together.
Sometimes you want that birdie so badly, and all of a sudden you're faced with a lot of work, more work than you had hoped for, just to make the par. Good stroke right there. That's a par, and he stays at 1 under. Back over now to the 4th. Frank, when you get out of the gates, as our featured golfer has done, with a lot of pars, steady play, what's the mindset?
You've got to keep doing that, Rich. Just maybe get a little closer to the hole, drive a little bit better, work on the pace of the putting. Just little gains, and then all of a sudden you're going to notice a big difference in the scorecard.
315. Now the second shot to the par 5.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Wow, what a shot.
What are the chances of making it from there?
Rich Lerner alongside Frank Navalo. Fourth hole is the first par 5 on the golf course, Frank.
Very scoreable. 2 bunkers down the left, the first of which takes 330 yards to get it past that.
Definite birdie hole, maybe even a chance for Eagle to really jumpstart the round.
I've seen some long tee shots, but it's the advantage to tee that ball up, get it up there quickly, get the wind behind you. It's amazing how far you can hit it.
That will be a great look at birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Now comfortably inside that cut line, the former national champ makes birdie. Frank, back in 1998, by any chance, do you remember exactly how many golf balls John Daly hit into the water at the 6th?
It was half a dozen. Half a box of golf balls.
Good contact, good result. She had a good shot off the tee, and now she has all sorts of options available. Let's see what she does here. Well, she's firing on all cylinders right now, has really played mistake-free golf. It has been a pleasure to watch. Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
Frank, I hate to go negative, but let's clear a few things up. The penalties when you hit it in the water versus hitting it out of bounds.
Yeah, some people, that's a good question, Rich, because some people think they're almost the same, but when you hit it out of bounds, you're actually losing a stroke and a distance. For example, if I'm teeing off on a par 4 and I hit it out of bounds, I'm penalised a stroke for hitting it out of bounds, and I'm hitting my third shot off the tee. When I hit it into a water hazard, I don't have to lose all of that distance. I can drop the ball up just short of the water hazard. So the distance penalty isn't the same as if it was out of bounds.
So the previous shot into the drink, this now the fourth shot. Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. There you have it, Frank. The first round is a wrap. We saw some good golf out there.
It was certainly a fun round to watch. There's a lot of great players in this field, and this is such an exciting venue. I just can't wait to see what happens the rest of the championship.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's second-round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational.
What a drive. Just tattooed that.
Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Tugged that one a little bit offline to the left, and he'll pay a bit of a price because that rough is fairly thick. Pretty good result right there, considering
It looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
Rich, really did.
and it is in.
Amazing. Amazing.
Now to the par 5 12th. Frank, how good of a scoring opportunity is this?
Well, anytime you get a par 5 at Bay Hill, got to take advantage of it. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Par 4 13th. Frank, how do you hit this approach shot?
Rich, it's the first par 4 at Bay Hill where the water is actually on the right of the green, and that has to be taken into consideration. Just a little errant shot, and then you're going to be wet. So a little left of the flag, that's where you want to be.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Regarded as a very accurate player, that shot says it all. These putts keep the round together. Frank, we have said it over and over. Another birdie. Another challenging par 3 here at Bay Hill. It's the 14th, 216 yards, Frank.
It plays uphill, prevailing breeze too, into your face, so normally much longer than its yardage.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Really hitting on all cylinders now. 9 under for the tournament. At the 15th hole now at Bay Hill, this is a massive dogleg, Frank.
Yeah, if you're a Bubba Watson type player and you can move the ball around, you can move it left to right, that'll certainly help the tee shot. If you're average Joe, though, just hit it down the left. Take your medicine.
Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
What an Outstanding shot that was.
Got the right result, too. It's just a tapping.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. So all the scores have been posted for round number 2, and look who is on top of the leaderboard, Frank.
Yeah, with 2 very solid rounds of golf. The key right now, just stay out of your own way and keep it up. The pressure will start to build. We know that as you get closer to the end of this tournament.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational.
That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
That shot does finish up on the green, but it sets up for a very difficult putt. Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet.
That hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Frank, what's the play here off the tee? Is it driver, or do you play it safe with an iron?
A lot of the times that's predicated by the wind, Rich. If you've got a trailing breeze, driver is very much in play. Otherwise, just poke a little iron down the right side.
Headed for the bunker, I think.
That one is just a little offline, and that will not end up in the fairway.
About 80 yards left, Frank. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Mark that as a birdie on the card. Frank, the par 5-6, this is the signature hole here at Bay Hill.
You've got to really pick a line here, Rich. There's a big pine tree down there on that line. 260 yards gets it to the fairway.
How important, Frank, is the line off of this tee? Because if you hit it well, but you hit it a little too far left, you're probably going to be wet.
You've got to know exactly how far you carry that driver. Otherwise, you've got no idea which line to take. Second shot. Hazard.
Maybe wet. That is a really good shot landing close to the flagstick. 12 feet still to go. Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
This will be a birdie if it drops.
Really solid stroke.
Well, after that beast of a par 5, Frank, it is time to finesse one up on the green here at the par 3-7, just a little under 200 yards.
There's a big mound in the middle of this green. Flag's above it, and then you've got to be really precise. If it's short of it, you can use that mound as a backstop. In the direction of the sand.
Looks like it.
Lucky devil. That was going in the bunker all the way.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Putting on a show, this tournament moves to 15 under par. Frank, as you step to the tee here at the 8th, what are you seeing?
Another hole that suits the long hitter, Rich. That bunker just over 300 yards. The further you get down there, the shorter club you have in over the water. Oh, I liked that.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, this is a pretty good par 4, the 8th. What about the approach shot?
Such intimidating second shot here at 8. I think it's the best one on the golf course, Rich. You can see very quickly why the goal is to hit your second shots nice and high and get them to land soft. This is what you have to do with your second at 8. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, the incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
So just a formality. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. It's a consistent theme here at Bay Hill, if you can carry it 300 yards.
Bay Hill always favors the longer hitter.
Good contact, good result. You know what's great about Bay Hill is that it's the house that Arnold Palmer built, the King. And if you do visit Bay Hill, there's actually a decent chance that at some point you'll bump into Arnold, either in the grill room for breakfast or out of the driving range. He still loves the game, always has. And there's also a good chance that Arnold will say hello to you, look you in the eye. He is the best there ever was when it comes to fan interaction. No doubt they'll be happy with that shot. Well played. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
in the hole for a birdie. Frank, in golf, there's nothing quite like the final round of a hotly contested championship, and this one could be a doozy.
And there's nothing quite like that leaderboard I'm looking at right now. We are going to have some amazing golf. This one is going to have to be won.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational.
This could be a good one. Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. And this will be a 5-foot putt here.
Virtually no error in that putting stroke. Good putt.
Frank, the 15th, kind of a fun golf hole if you can curve your ball. I mean, that's a huge dogleg to the right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's much easier if you're a right-hander if you cut it down here. If you don't cut it, then make sure you don't run out down that left side.
Wow, Frank, look at that one run out. Just blistered that tee shot.
Well, that has to be 325 if it's an inch.
Second shot, good look at the green.
Should be safely on deck.
That will be a great look at birdie. And getting ready for the putt. That shot falls. For a birdie. Is this a good risk-reward par 5?
It's more about the second shot here. It's probably the most demanding second shot on the golf course. This has exploded off the club face.
Frank, this is really one of the fun spots on the golf course. The second shot here to the par 5 16th.
It is. It's a cool vista when you're hitting that second shot across the lake. Another high-hanging second shot is really the way to play it. That flag on the left, you've got to make sure you take enough club to at least carry the front third of this green.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
And that's how you play the game, right there. Huge chance to climb the leaderboard. A putt for eagle. Well done.
Always like this par 3, Frank. Par 3 17th. Let me amend that. I like watching the best in the world play it because it can be daunting, especially with the pressure ratcheted up.
When they have the tournament on, this green is brick hard. A little bit downhill. That's about the only advantage you get.
Frank, I think that's going to the bunker.
Looks like it. Rub the shamrock. Got away with getting in the bunker there.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Frank, this is a player in full flight right now.
It looks too easy right now.
Frank, a chance now to make an imprint here at one of the famous courses on tour at Bay Hill, the final hole. This is where Tiger has done it so many times, where Gomez holed out. What a great hole.
Well, the last hole of a great 3-hole stretch. If you've got through 16, somehow got through 17, you've still got one more hurdle.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
Here we go. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
To win the Arnold Palmer Invitation. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Just a great putt and a great win.